Hello, I'm Kazak, and this is going to be a quick one today. Tier sets are available for testing on the beta for The War Within. So let's take a look at the Frost set and consider how it'll impact our talent picks and gameplay. Now, first things first, before we get started, it's important to set expectations here. The first season is going to have simple sets, just like Dragonflight's first season. It's going to feel lackluster when we think about recent tier sets that did things like transform the way we use Chill Streak or put a crit amp on Frostworm's Fury. But keep in mind, we are getting a lot of spec changes and 2 hero talent trees. The sets are intentionally simple to keep focus on those systems in the first patch. So with expectations set, what do we get? Well, definitely get simple. The 2-piece causes our runic power spenders to do 8% more damage, and the 4-piece gives us a random strength proc that rolls when we spend runic power. This is as straightforward as they come, with only one notable interaction I'll get to in a moment. A lot of people, I think, looked at this set and immediately thought, oh, this is a set for Breathless and Dragosa that isn't good for a Blit. And while this is likely going to offer more benefit to Breathless and Dragosa builds, there's 2 key caveats to this comparison. First, a tier set favoring a build does not kill other builds. To use a recent example, the tier set in Vault of the Incarnates increased Obliterate crit damage and had a chance to not consume the Killing Machine proc. This meant that it hugely favored Obliteration builds in theory. However, Breathless and Dragosa was the most popular build for that raid by a wide margin. I'm not going to go into all of the other factors that went into why that was the case. That's out of scope for this video. This is just an example demonstrating tier set value is only part of what influences our build. The other big thing is the new tier set works with the free glacial advances provided by Arctic Assault. You can see here that both the manual glacial assault cast and the free cast did the same damage while I was wearing the set. So let's think about that. Breathless and Dragosa lasts 30, maybe 40 seconds on a high roll, and then breath builds are stuck with Frost Strike as the runic power spender. Meanwhile, obliteration builds get those free glacial advances the entire time, on top of Frost Strike. And speaking of, any increase to Frost Strike damage means that Shattering Blade and Shattered Frost are also going to do more damage. Of course, we need to see how the tuning shakes out for Frost to draw any firm and concrete conclusions here, but these just show that the tier set isn't so cut and dry in favor of breath. Each build gets a pretty unique benefit from that effect. Now, as for the 4-piece, I don't have much to say. It also works with Arctic Assault, and that's the most exciting thing about it. It's a middling strength proc with a short duration and low frequency. It's the dollar store version of Fallen Crusader. Gets the job done, but you're not going to be excited about it. If they change anything, I hope they change this not to be a random proc. I don't have anything else to really add to this one. It doesn't get much simpler than this. There's just not much to talk about. With all that being said, we don't have a lot as far as gameplay impacts, and honestly, that's okay. With all the changes to the spec and the addition of hero talents, a tier set that has significant gameplay implications would not feel good if it would be seriously risking us to play a particular talent build or hero talent tree. This set does a great job of not leaning too heavily in any one direction. Each kind of archetype of Frost has a unique way to benefit from increased damage to runic power spenders. Only 2 effects have a significant overlap of increasing runic power damage: Feast of Souls and the Rider of the Apocalypse tree, and Hyperpyrexia, the new talent right before breath. However, both of these effects aren't powerful enough on their own to be a sole tipping point to change our builds to suit the tier set. So could the set be more exciting? Maybe. But it fits the goal for the first tier set well, and it doesn't introduce any annoying wrinkles that we would have to, do something weird to play around. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the future sets do, though. Well, that wraps this up. There was a lot less to say about this one than usual, but that's okay. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you next time.